and how we're going to win this campaign. But first of all, there's a fellow here that I want to introduce to you. And part of my campaign is coming alongside of other good men and women that are trying to do good things for this district, for this country. And I have had a chance to vet this young man through some of the folks here and meet him tonight. And I want to introduce Courtney McAllister, who's running for judge, to you. And before he goes off to his next campaign event, I want to give him just a minute or two to talk to you, and then I'll start. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rick. I really appreciate it. I'm really glad to be here. I appreciate the invitation and wish I could stay for the whole night, but I do have to run to another event. And I want to introduce myself and just tell you a little bit about why I'm running for judge. My name is Courtney McAllister. I'm running for Superior Court Judge here in Yuba County. Some of you may recall that I was, a couple months ago, a candidate in Sutter County, and at the advice and encouragement of some elected officials in Yuba County, I jumped into this race so that we do not elect a liberal to our Superior Court, and that's why I'm running. That's not why I started running for judge, but that's why I moved over here into this county. And I'm a conservative. I have been my whole life. I'm a business attorney. For the last decade, I've been the general counsel for a large real estate development company. Practiced all kinds of areas of the law, but representing the interests of business. And let me just tell you just two things that have been in the news recently that I think highlight why I want to be a judge and why it's important that we elect good conservative judges. A couple of months ago, there was a story in the news about our current White House administration taking the position that affiliated religious organizations were subject to the same labor codes and regulations that regular businesses were, and that their rights of free exercise of religion guaranteed by the First Amendment in the United States Constitution were subordinate to federal labor codes and regulations. And shockingly, some judges agreed with that position, and it went all the way up to the United States Supreme Court, and the court rejected that view 9-0, thank goodness. But that tells you that there are a lot of people out there that disagree with that view. It's astonishing, and judges do too. Well, I don't know if you read today's Appeal Democrat, but in the back of the education section is an article about a ruling that came down from the U.S. Supreme Court yesterday. A couple in Idaho bought a half-acre lot, cleared it, brought in some fill to level out the grade, started building their dream home. The EPA went in, shut them down, said you have to remove the fill. This is a regulated federal wetland on your property. No one told you, but we're here to tell you. Too late, too sad. You have to stop building, and until you remove all this soil and restore the land to its original state, you can't get a building permit. Well, what a catch-22, right? You can sit here and do nothing, or you can start building and we'll fine you. And so they went to court and said, we demand a review of your jurisdiction over this property. The First Federal Court disagreed with them, ruled in favor of the government. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals disagreed with them, ruled in favor of the government. Fortunately, the Pacific Legal Foundation, a bunch of conservative lawyers willing to spend their money, represented this couple, went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, and again, 9-0, the court said they have a right to a hearing to determine the EPA's jurisdiction over their property. We need judges who have common sense, who have represented businesses and understand the oppressive regulatory burden that faces our businesses and our individuals. I stand for property rights. I stand for the free exercise of religion, and I'm running for judge in Yuba County. I've left some flyers on the table in the front. You could please take one. You can go to our website, McAllisterforjudge.com, and you can see other ways to help our campaign. And I'm grateful that Rick Tubbs run for Congress, and thank you so much.
It's 9-0. If you are